Guess what? Phoenix has a new first. It's the bouncy bouncy and then stand. Watch this.
What's that? What's that?
And stand. Look at that. Look at that. It's another first.
Bouncy, 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 bouncy. What's that? What's that? What's that? Phoenix.
Squirrel.
Phoenix.
Back to the tombstones. When you guys cut the tombstones, if you use a saw, number one, it gets this stuff like all over everything, in your hair, your clothes, in your nose. So, you know, wear adequate like stuff over your nose or don't breathe it. Number two, see, I'm counting again. So number two, make sure that your blade goes all the way through it. Mine doesn't, so I have to end up doing this. Kind of cracking it, and it doesn't leave a really good cut. Anyway, I'm making the base. The base is going to be for this one right here, so I'm cutting it out real quick, and it's actually going to sit inside it. I was going to have it up like this and attach it this way, but I realized this will have less stability than if I was to basically take this, well, you guys will see in a second, take this and like insert it into this piece right here. It's all about stability, especially if you have like little utes running around or like wind blowing around, which is bad. So mark your line around the base and do this as a favor to yourselves. Make some kind of mark so when these two pieces come off, and let's say these two pieces like come apart right here, you know which pieces go where and in which direction. Know what I mean? Isn't that one word? Know what I mean? Keep this whole piece, this outside piece, keep it whole. Start your cut inside. I've got some more light on the subject, and here's something cool. You guys want to see something awesome? Normally staring into one of these lights would like basically almost blind you because they're really freaking bright. Watch what the camera does. You'll be able to see the bulb. Let it adjust. Okay, well maybe I lied, but you know, still that's pretty dang good for looking into one of these bright lights. I was going to think that you'd be able to see the actual element, filament, whatever. So these two pieces, after you line up your marks, make sure that you got them right. These two pieces fit right inside each other. So this is what your base is looking like now. The next step is going to be cutting the bases, the plywood bases, the wood that I got yesterday, and the PVC pipe that goes up the center. Prop building 101, word of advice: don't get styrofoam or other things that can melt or catch on fire too close to hot lights. Why? Because that'll happen to it. I was going to cut this as, you know, one full vlog, but there's not enough material, so here you guys go with the clickety clicks, and we'll see you tomorrow in the next frame, the next segment, the next clip. That's it. Good morning, guys. It is morning. We have a packed shop today, so I got to get to work. And I know that there's no intro because this is part of yesterday's vlog, but here you go. Here is
the scary car of the day.
Last three of the license plate. See? Scary. Hey guys, so I'm sitting here listening to a class that Scary Visions has online. Currently, it's Dana Martin, and I would have said this, but the vlog didn't like it. It would have already passed, or else I would have said something. But let me turn it down real quick. Sorry, Dana. If you guys haven't already done it, or know about it, Scary Visions has a bunch of, and continues to have, kind of like online seminars and classes about haunting. How cool is that? I'm not sure if it's still available. I know if you signed up for the class, then you will have it, but the previous classes are online, but you do have to register for them. I think that you can still view them. Just want to tell you guys about it. I'm going to finish up here. Phoenix is sleeping right now, so I can't go outside and saw and cut tombstones So I decided what I would do is, well, actually I just kind of looked at the website, and I was like, wow, it still mentions stuff on here for West Coast. Time to update it. So I decided that I would take this time to make some soft updates to the website. I still haven't made it active yet because it doesn't really exist yet. But all the other ones are there. You guys can go and see like the haunt pics and where I started in 07 and 8 and 9, and I didn't do one in 2010, and there's 2011 right there. Also, well, shoot, since you're all here, here's my how-to on a bleeding skull fountain. And of course our links for YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Oh wow, I gotta update this too. VU does not exist anymore, and Blog TV is now YouNow. Merchandise, hellware, hell stuff, and email the frequently asked questions. This is actually new. So what camera do I use? What software do I use to edit? That was a question last night for COC, so you guys can just go to the website and see all the frequently asked questions. Where is your haunted house located? How did you become a haunter? And what made you want to make a haunted house? All questions answered there. So I want to stop talking here and start working on that there. Phoenix. Wait, I'm over here. Phoenix. Phoenix. Wait, no, I'm over here. Make prop building. Yay. I'm so happy. You guys have no idea. I'm not going to tell you guys what I'm going to do today because you're going to see it. You're going to see it happen right now. I went, measured, and drew lines for where the PVC is going to go. And of course, you know, you auger out like half on this side and a half on the other side, so that one whole one sits like perfectly centered in between the two pieces. Hi, baby. Oh my gosh, he's so cute all the time, Mr. Drool. Word of advice when cutting PVC: use PVC cutters because it makes it a lot simpler than trying to use some kind of saw to saw through it. Prop Building 101, tip 4. You're welcome. When measuring your PVC, make sure that you remember that you're going to have a wood base on it. So you want it to stick out just a little bit. Yes, I just told you guys to have your pipes stick out. Sorry. Oh, spooky clouds. Set your router bit for the lowest part. Make sure that you have marked the top because they're slightly different lengths. I've also made markings to know which tube goes on which side. So this is 1, goes with 1. And amazingly enough, 2 goes with 2. Imagine that. Wow.
You can add.
I can. No, I can match, not add. That's our weather dog. She barks when, well, she barks whenever, but she barks when it's going to rain. Mika.
When it's windy.
Is it going to rain?
Get the wind.
Is it going to rain? Don't breathe styrofoam. It's bad for your lungs. If you guys have the bit going too fast, this is what you don't want, especially when you start doing your epitaph, which is the words for those of you who don't know, because there are some of you that don't know. So I'm not saying you're not. Okay, epitaph means the words that are on the dang tombstone. Anyway, squirrel. If this is going too fast, it will melt the plastic, so you need to slow it down if this occurs. Just a little, like, ooh. Prop Building 101, tip 5. Gosh, I'm just like throwing them up and nailing them out of the park. Use the router to outline what you want to cut out, and then take the router and just do some kind of design. All I did was just go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, zigzag, and then one straight up the center. You need to get your faithful assistant. Come. All you're going to do is sit here and take your fingers and pick the stuff out just like this. So now that you have both of them done, we'll go ahead and move on to the next section, which is like underneath this wood.
You just said daddy.
So when you're done, you'll have two halves that fit together just like this. So now you guys can see like the whole picture of why we were doing this. And there's enough sticking out now that you can also put the wood base on the bottom. And I'm not sure if I've mentioned this yet or not, but the whole purpose is so that you can stick rebar into the ground and then take the tombstone and stick the rebar in there. That way your tombstone's not going to blow over. or blow away, as the case may be. Some of the tombstones that I've had before, what I did is I took some of the cheap store-bought ones, the ones that I originally bought when I started doing haunt stuff. I didn't want to throw them away, and they were really cheesy, but they would never stand up. So what I ended up doing is taking the store-bought tombstone and putting that on one side of this. And then I still did this to the other side. So essentially, I had one tombstone with two sides on it, one side being the store-bought side. So that was something really cool that I was able to repurpose. And all my tombstones are pretty much dual side. Simply because for me, I've got people that view them from the front and the back. So I'll put something different on the back than I put on the front, if that makes any difference. I'm out of breath. Because I had to run, and I got this, which is the panel and foam adhesive. Now, I know that some of you guys have some kind of tacky paint or something. I might have to try that, but for right now, this is what I got. So I appreciate the comments, and I'll see about, I'll go back and look to see what it was and how good it works, and what's the reason for doing it. Does it work better, or is it cheaper, or both? Let me know. You can post that down in the comments. I've already done tube 2. I'm doing tube 1 now. So basically, you don't fill it up because the tube will displace some of the glue. But you do that, and then you go and you take this and you stick it in there. Oh yeah, and push it down, make sure it's all the way down and stuff like that. And over here too. Then we'll go and we'll do the same thing to the side over here. But on this side over here, we're going to do something just a little different. We're also going to do not a thick one. You don't want it too thick because the pieces are supposed to sit flush together. So kind of a sorry, I can't do this and film at the same time. Kind of a not thick. Don't do it thick. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just don't do it thick. Okay, and then a little bit up here, over here, like that. Okay, and then we're done. Stick them together. Make sure that they are lined up to where they're supposed to be.
And then belly flop on them for about, I don't know, belly flop for like a minute or whatever's comfortable.
Also make sure that your tubes are all the way in place too, of where they need to be. Okay, so belly flopping again.
Prop building 101 tip 7. When belly flopping upon tombstones, make sure that they are lined up.
I don't know why I'm coming up with these, but prop building tip 101, number, what were we up to now? 8. I was going to put this base on, and then I wasn't, and now I am again. The reason why I wasn't going to put it on, because it's easier to carve your epitaph or do any kind of scrolling or whatever when you can set it flat on a table. Obviously, with a base on it, you wouldn't, howdy ho, neighbor Tim, you wouldn't be able to sit it flat on a table, but I still will be able to because I'll just hang it off the edge here. So I am going to attach this base. So underneath all this stuff, because I wanted the weight on top of it instead of just me. Oh shoot, I should have like planked my tombstone. That would have been funny. Over here I have cut the 2 wood bases, and note I've also put lines here and marked it stone side. That's the side that faces the stone, so that these pieces are also accurate to the piece over here in all of the pieces. Idiosyncrasies. Ooh, big word. Anyway guys, this is as far as I can go on this stuff right now today. Actually no, it's not. I take that back. But I also have to edit up 3 days worth of vlogs, so I don't know. The other, like, never mind.
One word. Cock. Commenting on comments. It's actually not a word, it's an acronym. The Review Lab. You're launching your own horror show. Stay tuned. I will do that. This is, of course, Jared, who is from The Review Lab. Right there. Can you guys see that? The Review Lab. And he's also Terror Clowns. So we go way back. We started vlogging at about the same time, so that's really kind of cool. Photomar 2000, hello, what program do you use for editing videos? That's what I was talking about in yesterday's vlog. That's a part of this vlog that you just watched about frequently asked questions, FAQs, on www.HalloweenHellmouth.com, or actually .com. There we go. Gotta spook it up a little bit. Wolfsbane Hollow. Troy, just an alternative to glue for the foam. Glidden Gripper Paint. You paint both surfaces, let it dry just until tacky, then press together and put something on top to weigh it down to finish drying. Works for foam to foam and wood to foam. Does it work plastic PVC to foam like I did today with the plastic PVC pieces? Let me know that also. Halloween Daily epitaph for Drop Dead's Tombstone. Barry ate an old head, now he has dropped dead. Not bad. Alright guys, happy haunting. See you guys.
I don't think this is the Hellmouth anymore, Toto.